Welcome to the part 2 of the 30 most powerful supernatural creatures. If you haven't watched part 1, go watch it. The link is in description. Then come back to find out which one is on the top of the list. Let's continue. Number 15, Jinn.
Just one thing, I'm pretty sure of it now. We're hunting a Jinn.
A freaking genie?
Yep.
So what, you think that these suckers can really grant wishes?
I don't know, I guess they're powerful enough.
A Jinn is a creature that many commonly refer to as a genie. However, while many people see genies as beings that grant wishes, the Jinn is a sinister creature that uses trickery and deceit to gain their means. Unlike the typical legends, Supernatural changed these from supernatural beings into monsters.
What if I'm like her? What if I'm tied up in here someplace? What if all this is in my head?
The Jinn on the series can touch a person and cause them to relive their deepest dreams and desires. This puts the human in a coma-like state, which allows the Jinn to feed on them. The only way a hunter can eliminate a Jinn is supposed to be with a silver knife dipped in lamb's blood. Number 14, Jefferson Starships. Obviously, this is a creature on Supernatural that was named by classic rock-loving Dean Winchester, rather than one that came from traditional mythological lore. According to Dean, he named them Jefferson Starships because they are horrible and hard to eliminate. Eve created these creatures as a test subject to see if she could create the ultimate supernatural predator. These beings are considered the ultimate monster by Eve, since they have the characteristics of many of her previous creations, including the teeth of a vampire, the spike of a wraith, and the ability to shapeshift. While decapitation worked to slow them down, it took Crowley's demonic forces to finally eliminate them. Number 13, Hellhounds. Hellhounds are extremely dangerous beasts that Sam has described as demonic pit bulls. They mostly serve demons from hell and are a danger to humans, angels, and other demons alike. A hellhound's main purpose is to collect the souls of humans when their deals with demons are due. Only those humans can see them in most cases.
And what if she knew how much it cost? What if she knew it cost your soul? How do you think she'd feel?
Hellhounds are also one of the most recurring supernatural creatures in the series. Once a hellhound gets the scent of its target, it has it for life. The only way to stop a hellhound is with iron, angel blades, the Colt, or with Ruby's knife. Salt can be used to block them out, but it will not stop them from finding a way to get to their prey. Number 12, Vampires. Vampires, or vamps for short, are a race of blood-drinking supernatural creatures that were once human. All vampires originate from the alpha vampire. The crosses don't affect vampires, and sunlight does little damage. Even a wooden stake to the heart won't stop them. However, like classic vampires, they are immortal, never age, have superhuman strength and speed, and are invulnerable to conventional weapons. A vampire is very rare, as hunters have hunted them near to extinction. Although due to their ability to reproduce by transfusion, there only needs to be one for them to repopulate. For years, decapitation was the only way to eliminate them, until the British men of letters came up with specially built weapons that turned their own blood toxic. Number 11, Conworm.
I just had a 12-inch harpy crawl out of my ear.
A monster that gets in you?
It's like a conworm on steroids.
You mean like a parasite, something that took over your body?
Worm crawls in you, worm crawls out.
The Conworm is another original supernatural creature that Dean Winchester named. Eve created these creatures, which can enter a human's head and then control their actions. The Conworm is extremely dangerous. It then possessed Bobby Singer and forced him to take out his old partner Rufus Turner. These can be electrocuted while they're still in a host's body and can also be crushed if the worm escapes from the body. Number 10, Alpha Vampire. Many of the most famous creatures in Supernatural have an alpha, which is the first creature that was created and usually is the most powerful. One of the most powerful alphas we see on the show is arguably the Alpha Vampire, the strongest of all vampires. He was the first vampire, and it is said that he existed even before humans first discovered how to make fire. The Alpha Vampire has the same powers as other vampires, but on a much higher level due to his age and experience. He is also considered one of the most powerful monsters in history due to his alpha status. Nothing seemed to totally eliminate this alpha until Sam used the Colt with a newly designed bullet against him. Number 9, Demons. Categorizing demons into one spot is a little broad since there are so many different types of demons and all of them have different powers and abilities. Demons were created because they endured long periods of torture in hell and became evil and extremely powerful and corrupt.
Crowley?
Hello, boys.
Most demons forget what it means to be human. Some have even forgotten that they were once human. When it comes to strongest creatures on Supernatural, demons are the ones that appear the most powerful. Similar to angels, they require a vessel to walk the earth, though they are able to roam in their smoke form.
Cristo.
All demons go to a dimension called the empty when they die. Once there, they slumber for eternity. Number 8. Knights of Hell. The Knights of Hell were a unique breed of demons trained by Cain, the original knight. The knights are thought to be among the oldest and most powerful of their kind. Cain retired from his position and slaughtered all of the order. Only his former lover and subordinate Abaddon managed to escape. The Knights of Hell are extremely difficult to take down. Only someone who has the mark of Cain and uses the first blade can hold hope to harm one. After Abaddon was ultimately killed by Dean Winchester, he was transformed into yet another knight by the mark of Cain. After Dean was cured, Cain was the only knight until his own death, making the Knights of Hell extinct. Number 7. Angels. It might be a little wrong to consider angels as creatures, but many of them have proven to be more dangerous than many monsters that Dean and Sam Winchester have hunted on Supernatural. Most angels are tasked with maintaining heaven and protecting the souls of the good, but there are those who have strayed and are very dangerous. Angels are one of the most powerful entities in the series, generally outclassing most demons, monsters, ghosts, and other supernatural creatures with few exceptions. Angels get their powers from their grace and wings. The class of angels sitting below the archangels can still smite beings with lesser powers, unleash holy white light as a weapon, negate a being's power, and much more. Very little can end their lives outside of angel blades, higher-ranking demons, leviathans, and the first blade. Upon death, all angels are sent to a realm called the Empty, where they slumber for eternity. Number 6. Horsemen of the Apocalypse. The 4 horsemen of the apocalypse consists of the biblical versions are war, famine, pestilence, and death. These are all powerful entities, but among them, one stands tall as the most powerful of their ranks and one of the most powerful creatures in supernatural history, Death. Death is the oldest of all of the horsemen. They can manifest a human form, which can be harmed in manners identical to humans. Each use a special ring that channels their core ability, without which their physical forms are lost, excluding Death. Also, they each travel in a car, colored to resemble their steed's color in lore. The only thing that can end the life of a horseman is Death's scythe, but even that is only temporary, as the next Reaper to fall replaces Death. Number 5. Leviathans. The Leviathans are ancient monsters that were the very first beasts that God created. This means that the Leviathans are older than even the angels. These creatures were so powerful and destructive that God finally created Purgatory so that he could lock them away from the rest of the universe. Leviathans are more powerful than almost any other creature in existence and can eat just about everything. Leviathans are also one of the only beings that can take the lives of an angel in battle. There is only one weapon capable of ending the life of a Leviathan, one forged from the bone of a righteous mortal, the blood of a fallen angel, the blood of the father of fallen beasts, like the Alpha Vampire, and the blood of the ruler of hell, for example, Crowley. Number 4. The Entity. The cosmic entity might be the most powerful creature in supernatural history, but there is not enough known about it to rank it very high on this list. The entity predated God, the darkness, and death. However, the full power of the entity is unknown, as we still don't know what its specific powers are yet. It arose in the form of a pool of dark liquid. The thought is that, while the entity is in the empty, it is all-powerful and can do anything it wishes. However, there are doubts that the entity can do as much outside of the empty. Number 3. Nephilim. A Nephilim is a hybrid creature that was conceived by an angel and a human. That means that a Nephilim has a human soul and angelic grace. Because of this, it is one of the most powerful creatures in existence. A Nephilim is so powerful that the celestial being that conceives one will lose their own life as well as the life of their child. The most powerful Nephilim is one that was sired by an archangel. A regular Nephilim is stronger than most angels since they are more powerful than their parents. This means that one born to an archangel is stronger than even archangels. Jack is Lucifer's son, so that makes him very powerful if he gains full strength, although he loses his powers when he loses his grace. Number 2. Archangels. God created the archangels to help him battle and bring down his older sister, the darkness. However, the archangels needed to work together and alongside God to stop and imprison her. Outside of that, there are few creatures in supernatural that can slow down an archangel, much less stop them.
Raphael.
Of course, archangels have fallen on supernatural, but this was only in a battle against another archangel. With that said, there are few more powerful than Michael and Lucifer, who are able to do just about anything when at full power. The archangel blades can end the life of one, but only when it is wielded by another archangel. Number 1. The darkness. The darkness is Amara, the older sister of God. She existed before the start of time and spent a lot of time destroying what God created. As a result, God created the archangels, and it took a combined effort of these beings and God himself to stop her and entrap her. Death revealed that the darkness was more powerful than God and was both amoral and destructive. God revealed that Amara is the most powerful being in all existence and even death fears her. There is nothing a mortal, angel, or demon can do to end her life. So, there they are. All 30 most powerful creatures from Supernatural, officially ranked. If there are any other powerful creatures that we forgot to mention, let us know in the comments. Also, if you haven't watched part 1, link is in description. Thanks for watching. See you in another video.